Hello, welcome to 5 Brilliant Things. This week we have the magician and comedian Pete Firman.
It's the first time I met you in Jesters.
Was it?
Yeah, and you just kept saying to me, we met,
God, oh,
and you
God.
just kept saying,
Oh,
you just look like Russell Kane.
You do look like Russell Kane, yeah.
And you just kept saying it over and over and over again. You were looking at me from like different angles. It's uncanny. What's that weird thing that Londoners have on pie and mash?
Oh, a liquor.
It's fish water.
Yeah.
There'll be furious cockneys. Don't know what liquor is. Bosh, bosh, bosh.
Don't get your liquor in a twist.
Very good. What's the name of the GP that we had on the show?
Shipman.
Yeah.
Do you know what his favourite thing, number one? His first thing was secrets. Hello, Pete Firman, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, man.
You've got a lovely voice.
Really?
Yeah, it's so sing-song and pleasant. It feels like you're... Every time you said the word shallow just before we started.
Right.
Not of me, but of the glass that you have
Glass,
before you.
yeah, this is...
And
it is.
I just thought, gosh, those words must really enjoy falling out of your mouth.
I guess I should... Maybe I could... I don't know who makes this particular glass, but I think, if I was to advertise it and comment on its quality, shallow, perhaps I could.
Yes, it is.
Sort of...
Yeah, but you're bringing something so different to the word shallow.
Really?
Yeah, don't you think, Dan?
Yeah.
I do.
A mystery.
Yeah.
I do a bit of voiceover. Not as much as I would like.
Do you know you'd be very good as the voice of Alexa
Right.
or Siri or something like that? It would make the digital realm a lot calmer.
What about like a sat nav?
Yes. Yeah. Would I trust it? Not necessarily. But would I enjoy the journey? Absolutely.
Brilliant.
It's you can get weird. There was sort of
There was a period,
do
wasn't
you remember
there?
the Tom Toms when we were like they revolutionised kind of comedy in the sort of like noughties?
Yeah.
And then you can get like B.A. Baracus telling you how to get to like one of Jeff Whiting's gigs in Swindon. That is insane.
I had a John Cleese one. John Cleese as Basil Fawlty.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That must have been intense.
Yeah, it was intense.
Left! Was it like that?
Not as intense as, if we're going to reminisce, back in the day when we used to go to those gigs, I used to write down like turn-by-turn instructions, suss it out ahead of time on the A to Z. So stressful, the instructions are on the passenger seat. It was a nightmare.
It's funny, isn't it? We have those great big ordnance survey maps.
Yeah.
And just kind of like the night before, that sort of strange thing of like, right, I've got to get to Chester.
Yeah.
And
if a road was closed, you were knackered.
yeah, it's so funny, isn't it? And then, but like there'll be young people listening in. You have no idea how it changed our world when we got a TomTom, a sat nav, whatever you want to call it. And suddenly, it meant a journey that would take 2 hours took 2 hours, rather than like the misery of running into like a garage at 8 o'clock at night and go, "Excuse me, do you know where the Giggle Factory is?" What? And it was in some random pub, but it wasn't called the Giggle Factory. It was called, the Horse's Head. And you're like, the Horse's Head? No, it's shut. It isn't shut. I know it's open. Where is it?
The art of stopping people for directions is a lot.
It's gone,
It's
isn't
gone.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. That and whistling.
Well, yeah. Asking for directions, whistling, and winking are gone.
Yeah, you can't wink these days, can you?
You'd have to be a confident winker.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good question. Has anyone ever? I guess Cristiano Ronaldo is the most famous sort of modern wink, and that didn't go well for him. But it feels sly, doesn't it?
It does.
But there must have been a time when a wink was like, "You all right?"
Yeah.
And it was like, "Oh, that felt nice."
Do you ever do a good morning? I do a good morning on a dog walk, passing another dog walker.
Yeah.
Morning.
Yeah. See, because I've got a 15-month-old son now, and my language is changing. So
Right.
I'm very much hellosies. So I'm hellosies to my son, and I forget that, and I say it often to adults.
Oh.
And I'm the full gamut. Hellosies, and I'm waving at lorries and trains. So I'm giving off a very different energy, and then I forget. Oh yeah, people might recognise me.
Yeah.
And say Russell Howard is he's in the woods talking like a baby. But yeah, thanks for coming on the show.
Pleasure.
Let's get straight into it. What is your first brilliant thing?
My first brilliant thing is sauces on chips
Okay, great.
and multiples thereof.
Right, okay. Great initial selection.
Yeah.
What I would say, what's your favourite type of chip, and what's your initial favourite sauce to go for?
Favourite type of chip is definitely chip shop chip.
Uh-huh.
Oven chip. I haven't found a great oven chip, I don't think. Chip shop chip.
Yeah.
And I'm talking sauces. I'm not talking condiments. So I'm not talking ketchup, mayonnaise. Salt and vinegar are kind of in a category of their own. They're a given. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm talking about, well, the trifecta. Gravy,
Yeah.
curry, mushy peas.
Mushy peas.
Yeah.
See, I'm absolute, and this is not my place to kind of, get rid of mushy peas, but I got no problem. I see the enjoyment people get out of
Yeah.
them, but it's too, not to get coarse early on, but there's a real sort of Shrek's jizz element to it that I just can't get beyond.
You know what? It's
But do you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, this is probably how that princess, is it Princess Margaret? Yeah.
Princess No, that's a real princess.
Fiona.
Oh, Fiona. That's the actual.
Can we treat this with a bit of respect?
Apologies.
Yeah,
Apologies to the royal family.
Yeah.
I'm not implying that Princess Margaret ever sucked off an ogre. But I bet. Anyways. But okay, I'm totally with you though. So but what would be your first, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you having them in their separate sachets or their kind of cups or containers, and are you dipping, or are you pouring them into different bits of your plate or the chip container?
So it started quite early for me. In Middlesbrough, in the fish and chip shops, we used to go like at lunchtime, and they used to do a thing called chip butty splash.
Right.
I don't know if this is unique to Middlesbrough or you've ever heard of it.
I'd get the first two words.
Okay.
What's the splash element?
The splash is the sauce. So you've got the chip butty.
Oh my God. So that's a bit like sort of lager top,
Yes.
but for chips.
Yeah.
Right.
And it all soaks into the chips, obviously, but also the bread as well.
Right.
And the early chip butty splashes would have been gravy. In fact, gravy's kind of my go-to, I think, in terms of sauces on chips.
So you'd have like a chips and gravy sandwich.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty much, yeah.
That is
exactly.
extraordinary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a regional speciality to Middlesbrough. It's very specific. I can show you a map.
Have you
here.
Googled it?
There's a map here of chip toppings regionally for Britain.
Wow.
Right.
So they're all. It locates you geographically when you say mushy peas and.
But
relish or
so
something.
a green mushy peas.
Light greens, mushy peas, and.
What's
dark-
orange? There's lots of orange.
Yeah, orange is curry sauce.
Oh yeah. Well, what I would say is there's a lot of. Is that London? Is London green for mushy peas?
London's mayonnaise and yeah,
Mayonnaise?
Wow, isn't that interesting?
it's a European import, so it came to the south.
I guess so. And it's brown is gravy.
Yeah, I'm totally with it. But sometimes your gravy is a bit too kind of watery. It's got to be thick.
Exactly that. Well, it's the same with the mushy peas. Well, I got mushy peas the other day, and it was that sort of like thin, luminous green, where the kind of the peas were actually few and far between, kind of floating in this liquid mess. Whereas up north, I don't want to keep going there,
Yeah.
but up north, it's a different consistency. It's very thick. It's very peaty. You want your peas to be peaty, don't
Yeah.
you?
Well, my dad is a big fan. My dad grew up in Widnes.
Right.
He's a big fan of a pea fritter. Ever had one of them? So
Never
this-
had one, but it sounds great.
So it's mushy peas.
Yeah.
Just fried into a
Yeah.
little kind of like almost like an onion bargy.
I was going to say like a spargy type thing.
Yeah, and he really goes for that.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of again an acquired taste.
Yeah.
But he's a big fan. But the reason why I was asking, so do you pour it all on?
So, on the road, I find that fish and chips is like the safest bet.
Right.
Like going places, you don't know what you're going to get into. I think it's a safe bet. And I often don't have the fish. I'll just go for the chips. And I had this thing about committing to one sauce on top of the chips. And that's what I do to answer your question.
So
It
you're-
goes on top.
Yeah.
The whole thing is just swimming in it.
Yeah.
And then, do you know Justin Morehouse?
I do, yes.
Comedian, he posted a picture on his Twitter of like a half and half tray of chips. He'd gone half gravy and half curry sauce.
Wow.
And that sort of blew my mind a little bit. And
And in many ways, there's going to be that moment when the gravy and the curry kind of connects, and it's proof that we can have peace in the Middle East because it's It works.
Although maybe it's sort of like a Berlin Wall of mixed
It can be
sauces.
but I bet you gravy, chips, and curry sauce
Yeah.
blended is all right. I bet it's all right.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I like to keep them separate.
Well, this is what
Segregation.
Yeah, sure. You want to, you're full apartheid. That's fine.
Exactly.
But it's your show to do with what you want.
Well, a bit of this, bit of that.
Yeah, I'm a dipper. That's why I ask. And
Right.
it's kind of, but people get funny if it's a communal dip.
Yeah.
People get ever so funny.
I
Like,
think
when I
what you
say
mean-
people, I mean my wife. She's not a she likes a spoon for each dip.
Yeah.
And then you take that and you apply it. You're not allowed to put your fork in the dip because you're fucking dirty.
Oh, right, yes. Well, now we're into full buffet etiquette now, aren't we?
Well, we are, but what is the buffet etiquette? If you grew up in a family where, plates weren't really your property, it was just there to be grabbed at, picked at, scraped at, attacked, which is very much the way the Howards grew up.
Yeah.
But, my wife grew up in what I believe is called civilization.
Right. What my other half does, say we get one of those mixed, like a 4-dip combo thing you get for like tortilla chips or whatever.
Sure.
She'll decant each of the compartments into a little ramekin container that'll go on the buffet table,
Okay.
which doubles.
Surely not. Surely that's when you've got like guests. That can't just be for you.
No.
Of course.
No, guests. But even with guests, why not just put the
Oh, I agree.
container on the thing?
Yeah.
Because if not all of it gets eaten, the fridge is chocker full of these bloody ramekins. You can't get anything in. Yeah, it's just it's crackers. Sorry, we've moved away from chips.
It's fine. Do you have? Is there a sauce you can't abide?
On chips. Well, I mean, what is? I mean, there's gravy, curry, mushy peas.
Custard.
Custard.
What's that weird thing that Londoners have on pie and mash?
Oh, a liquor.
Is that something you would get in a chip shop in London? Do you think?
I think you can get that.
What is liquor?
I'll be back
There'll
in a
be
sec.
furious Cockneys. What?
It looks
What
like
are you saying?
looks like
You
there's
don't know what liquor is. Bosh, bosh, bosh.
Don't get your liquor in a twist.
Very good. Very good.
What is Cockney liquor made of? Cockney liquor.
Yeah. Jesus.
I've seen that film.
Yeah.
It's the water kept from the preparation of stewed eels, flour, salt, pepper, and chopped parsley. Stewed eels.
Wow.
It's fish water
Yeah.
Yeah.
on your chips. No, let's see. I've never seen that in a chippy. I wouldn't go for that.
Yeah.
So-
What would be your? So you just have the chips. You wouldn't have. What would be your sort of an accompaniment? You wouldn't have the fish. You wouldn't have a pie.
Sometimes I'm very dubious about chip shop pies.
Oh, I love them.
You know where they're in the plastic. Yeah, I've never
Not
actually
those ones.
had one.
No, I agree. Like if it's it's a bit like a sort of a rustler's burger in a.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're in real trouble if your hand's leaning over for one of them. You're like, but it's a bit like. Have you ever had those breakfast cereal things where it's like Frosties and then you kind of pour the milk in?
Yeah.
But it's a bit like a Muller Light, and it's all
Oh,
kind
like
of,
a corner thing. Yeah, right.
That's I would argue that's the saddest breakfast you can have. Do you know what I mean? You're having it in your car, and you're like, oh god,
Yeah.
where did it all go wrong? What is your next brilliant thing?
Next brilliant thing is supermarket deliveries.
Okay,
Got on board with them.
was this a COVID job?
Got on board in COVID.
Yeah.
Absolutely got on board in COVID.
Were you a cleaner? That feels like a distant memory, doesn't it? Remember we were all
Yeah.
wiping our sort of shop bought Ocado deliveries furiously.
Yeah, oh,
Mad,
yeah.
wasn't it? Jesus.
Yeah. I can't even remember the timeline, it's all just a blur, but when you were able to leave the house and go to the shops, I was so paranoid, I would set the alarm for like 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why I've chose that particular time, but set the alarm for 3 o'clock in the morning, would jump in the car, go to the closest supermarket that was open with marigolds on and the mask, and would do like a proper smash and grab before anyone was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at first you couldn't get supermarket deliveries, could you? It was like, unless you were already on board with the whole idea of them and had like a subscription or whatever. We eventually got one, and it's just like a total game changer. I mean, I'm one of those people, I always go with a list. So I know what I'm getting,
Yes.
like, if I go to the supermarket.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at, I rarely come home and think, oh shit, I didn't get blah blah. But it's such a ball ache, isn't it? Because I never want to get the trolley because I never have the pound, and it's a bit of a. There's only one lift at our supermarket, and it's always out of action. So then it's like, how do I get the stuff back to the car or whatever? And I would go like 4 times a week with for baskets of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. That's the life I lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the alternative to that was one trip at the weekend where we would go as a couple and we would just like fall out and it's like rammed. So that's like a total nightmare.
Infamously, the big shop.
The big shop, exactly. Yeah. And the weekend big shop is just...
And sometimes, I from friends and family members, that you'd go... Some people would go in the big shop and one of you is a real bargain hunter and one of you is just, let's just get that. But, it's the kind of people that spend ages in the 2-for-1s.
Yeah.
If you're not a 2-for-1er and you just put stuff in willy-nilly, it's going to break your marriage. And I got proof of that.
Well, again, this is another benefit of the online shop. You can filter it by offer.
The only snag with the online shop is that they will randomly just go, you don't want blueberries, here's some cement. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's rare. I must admit, that's rarely happened. They've rarely got it wrong.
It does on Deliveroo. That's the thing. On
right.
Deliveroo, they'll just kind of like, a suggested different thing.
Yeah. Like, the other flaw in the system is, of course...
Why have you bought a rifle? It was maybe strawberries. Do you know what I mean?
When when a week's worth of shopping turns up and all of your main things, your roast chicken and your fish or whatever, it's all like sell by date is like tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's like, I don't know how you mitigate that. I think they're meant to...
Gluttony. That's the way you get around it. You just go for it.
Yeah.
Stuff the fish in the chicken.
Yeah.
Waz it in the oven.
Yeah, like... who was it? Which of those TV chefs did the famous bird, all the way down from like swan to goose,
oh my lord,
to like duck, to chicken, to quail and
it's like the human centipede of Christmas meals.
It is. There was a I don't know if it was Keith Floyd or
it sounds something like Floyd would do, doesn't it? Like
very rich.
Two bottles of Merlot, and suddenly I know what I'm going to do, and you're like, I'm not sure you're allowed that, Keith.
It's called a turducken.
It's no. A turducken is turkey, duck, and chicken. But he's on about there was a TV chef that literally went to Old MacDonald's farm and put a swan into a cacophony of meat.
Yeah.
But who was that? Let's see if we can find that out.
It was him with the that used to have the long hair and the glasses. Who had the farm?
Bakers.
No.
Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall.
That fella.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was him.
See, I guess because he's so kind of at one with nature and such an organic guy, the animals were like, oh, he's probably coming over to stroke me.
Yeah.
So they were kind of calm.
They jumped inside of one another.
Yeah, exactly. He sort of coaxed them into this sort of merry-go-round of meat. But it's like if Floyd come towards you, you're like, oh God, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
He's got red teeth. He's got red teeth in a dream. It's exciting though, isn't it? Because it means one of the great things about a shop delivery, it means that you've got time to yourself because you don't have to traipse, but you do miss out on the sort of human contact of sort of.
But we're losing
chatting to
that.
somebody. We are, but
because of the self-checkout.
Sure, but if you get in a big shop, you can chat to someone. Like I chat to a guy who supports Charlton. There's another lady that I know. There's another woman that sort of always asks me how my son is. So I've kind of got I've got a decent crew at my local sort of supermarket of kind of, like lovely waifs and strays.
Is it like a small one? Is it like an Express or is it a large supermarket?
It's quite a large one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you bump into these people regularly?
Yeah, I kind of go a lot and I sort of, I'm quite...
You're how I used to be. I used to go a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not like you anymore.
But I think I remember one of them, because my wife is very much, I love her dearly, but she's a real stickler for take the bags. Come on, let's organise, let's get stuff.
Yeah, you can plan the week. You can find the bargains, let's be honest.
You can, but there's something exciting about being in a supermarket and then your brain sees something and you're like, yeah, we'll have a frittata. You're not searching for a frittata. Do you know what I mean? That's what I like. It's kind of like, oh, Satsumas, yeah, that's a bit of me.
However, I think one thing
Magpieitis, I believe they call it.
One thing sometimes does lead I think that was one of the birds that was in there.
That was the disease that Keith Floyd got. It's what killed him.
Exactly. When you undercook the bird in a bird, you get magpieitis.
Saturday Kitchen will not be on this week because Keith Floyd has magpieitis.
But the in the way that Amazon suggests things to you,
Sure, yeah.
the supermarket, and also as you're heading towards the checkout, they're like, "Well, what about so and so?
That's true.
Have you thought of this? That might pair well with your blah blah." You know,
that's true.
I don't know. It's just I find it just like and also going back to the in-store experience, the fucking self-checkout, and at our Sainsbury's, there's like only one till, which all the old people like because they can't deal with the self-checkout.
Yeah.
So it's largely self-checkout and two kinds. So you've got your big shop self-checkout, much larger area, and then your baskets. And you're waiting forever to get the okay for the paracetamol or the beers or whatever, or the weight mismatch. It's just it's purgatory.
My favourite
It's a nightmare.
My favourite experience of seeing somebody deal with a self-checkout was in Ireland. Just in Dublin, I was doing some shows and I just nipped round the corner to get some grapes. And I saw a man having a full-on row with the self-checkout. It was extraordinary. Just this brilliant Irish bloke going, would you shut the fuck up? And it was just like, the item isn't in the bagging area. Oh, it's not in the fucking bagging areas. Yeah, piece of shit. And he caused such a fuss that they put him with a human. Maybe that's the way around it. Maybe if we start arguing with the robots, they'll have to get humans in.
Yeah.
It must be tricky, though, because if you're kind of old, it's part of your, you're going for food and friends.
Yes.
And it's very difficult to kind of form a relationship with a self-checkout.
Yeah. Have you seen the self-checkouts have now got camera? I don't know.
Yeah,
Ours
it's
have just
weird,
got
isn't
cameras
it?
on.
I know, I've seen that. And
So you see how badly dressed you are when you
can
nip
see how
out.
badly dressed. You can see how kind of wrinkly you are and that you haven't washed. And it's a real I didn't come here for that.
Yeah.
I didn't come here for a selfie where I'm kind of hunched over food. It's the worst photo. But also, have you seen this as well, where there's cameras and they kind of blip, 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 and they kind of follow you around, and there's a little green square over your head as you're kind of in the store to see who's kind of nicking stuff. Yeah.
Oh God. What, like on the security? Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Facial recognition.
Facial recognition. Yeah, what is the one in our local supermarket? It's hilarious. Wow. So you kind of you're doing that. That thing in Four Lions. You're going full Rubber Dinghy Rapids. You sort of sat there like that. Very funny.
Can I please ask a question?
Of course you can, baby.
Because I've been flirting with this idea of getting the food delivered.
Yeah.
I haven't been brave enough. The thing that puts me off is the delivery gentlemen and women that do it are probably the nicest people in the supermarket industry. I've never come across a bad one. And because they're so nice, I'd like them to be able to go about their job and make their deliveries in good time. So they turn up at my door with crates full of my shopping. Mm-hmm. And in my panic to get the crate back to them in good time, I empty my shopping all over my feet and I'm just stood there in my dinner so that they can go about their business and I've been a good person.
Yes.
So I can't do it because that's just humiliating. How do I get around that?
That's a tough one.
You just got to unpack slower. And
But then I'm holding them up.
Yeah, but
They've been so gracious. They brought me my dinner.
Yeah, but I think they don't mind because they sense from you an appreciation, and they don't get that from everyone. So if you speak to them, here's an idea. I'll tell you what you could do to ingratiate yourself further. Offer them a coffee. They might not take it, but
the gesture's nice.
They'll always remember that you offered it.
Yeah.
Want to take a shit?
Well, think about the long shifts. You might be desperate.
My brother did that recently because we were staying in a hotel, and I was one of the best fun things to do in the world. When you can kind of order the food and then get it delivered to the room service, I believe they call it. Jesus, Russell. And I kind of did that fun thing of ticking everything on his breakfast,
right,
and then hanging it outside his door. And then it arrived at 8 o'clock. My brother had no idea.
Right.
Not like that. So obviously, and there was two of them that arrived because they're like, we've got to see who this fat prick is that's ordered everything. And they kind of brought the food down. My brother had no idea. And he said to the guy, he goes, well, this is too much for me. You want to come in and join me? And he said the guy was so frightened. because it looked like
Yeah,
he deliberately ordered
set it up.
everything.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
go,
yeah.
well, I'm not going to eat everything, so we may as well share the food and the bath. Yeah, it's great. No, I think give it a spin.
Give it a spin.
The answer is stealing the crates. If you steal the crates once, when they turn up with the full crates, you give them the empty crates.
That's a
You've
great
got all
idea.
the time in the world.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, but you've had to start a life of crime just to be a good person. And the thing is, you steal that crate, you're going to stop there because we know if there's keen listeners to the podcast that you've got a problem with theft. So who's to say that if you nick a crate, you aren't going back to your old ways?
It's true. Yeah, fair enough.
I've had two.
For the benefit of people that have never listened to the show before, when Dan was 14, he stole a copy of The Independent.
Dan,
I got nicked.
you
He
got caught.
Yeah, he got pinched. He got
They
pinched.
did the photos and the fingerprints.
Oh well, you sort of learnt a valuable life lesson there.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly.
I haven't bought Fair News since.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
just the sun now. What is your next brilliant thing?
My next brilliant thing is old theatres.
Oh yes, of course.
I've got a thing for really old theatres, particularly like variety theatres. I'm a big variety fan, and I just sort of have a
You want those 3-tiered beauties?
three-tiered beauty. Not necessarily, or well, there's somewhere like the City Varieties
Yeah.
in Leeds. It's not. I don't think it's 3.
two.
It's 2, isn't it? But you've got all that stuff around the sides.
Yes.
But just those venues they've just got a real sense of history, and of course we know the people who've played them over the years. And I just think you can sort of feel that. And whenever I go to those places, I really make an effort to kind of wander around. Once we've done the tech and stuff, I'll wander around up to the balcony, I'll see what the stage looks like from up there or whatever, and just kind of, I just love it. I just love it.
They the great thing about certain rooms is they create a sense of occasion
Yes.
for the audience as well.
Yes.
Not just for you, the performer. You know, if you find yourself in the Palladium or
Yeah.
the Royal Albert Hall,
Yeah.
that you as you come through those curtains, there is this sense of like, whoa, here
Yes.
we are in this magical realm, and it's like they're almost like, it's a bit like comedy clubs, isn't it? Because sometimes a sticky floor and a dark little basement is the greatest.
Yes.
You wouldn't design it this way, but everything works. Like the old Comedia.
Or
And
Jesters.
Jesters is a really, that's the best example. So
Yes.
Jesters in Bristol was this inadvertently perfect little
Gorgeous.
kind of long, beautiful room, and then they put it in a bigger room
Over
and
the road,
and
yeah.
it didn't work. It's funny, isn't it?
It's the first time I met you in Jesters.
Was it?
Yeah. And you just kept saying to me, we met.
God, oh,
And you
God.
just kept saying,
Oh,
God, you just look like Russell Kane.
You do look like Russell Kane, yeah.
You just kept saying it over and
Oh, I'm so
over and over again.
I'm so sorry. Well, as Dan will attest, like, you know, Dan used to write on my TV shows.
Yeah.
I'm very much the king of zoning in on one thing.
Right,
and
right.
writing multiples of that joke thereof. So I apologise.
Yeah,
But
I
you do
were
look like Russell
You were
Kane.
looking at me from like different angles. It's uncanny, you know. It's
Good. It's always weird, isn't it, when you kind of like. And the thing is, I'm a nice person, so I can't, to my knowledge, remember being a prat.
Oh, no, you're lovely.
But it is that thing. As soon as someone goes, "Oh, I remember meeting you 20 years ago," you're like, "Oh God!" It's that. I don't know whether it's a British thing, but you're like, "Oh God, what did I do? Did I throw my tea in your face?" Like, but it's I don't know what it is. You just go, "Oh, was I a dick?"
Yes.
Just in the spirit of being incendiary, I would say you look like a young Russell Kane.
Oh, that's nice.
Here he is.
Ironically, you're taking his tablets.
I'm taking his tablets.
yeah.
Double dose. I'm doing a double drop.
Yeah. What is the theatre that you love the most?
Well, I've been lucky enough to play some really nice ones.
And presumably you're playing them on your upcoming tour.
Yeah.
See that? What a smooth
City
plug.
Varieties.
How can you get tickets for this tour?
You can get your tickets from petefirman.co.uk.
Lovely.
Show's called Tricks and Giggles, comedy, magic. It's a killer combo.
Lovely.
And yeah, we're hitting. We're hitting.
Nice. I like this.
I'm playing.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
No, but you've got a tour manager?
I've done for this one actually.
Okay, fine.
I have in the past.
So it's definitely, unless you've changed your pronouns, it is just you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hitting it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Fine.
Thrifty. I'm doing it on my tot.
Mm-hmm.
But Leeds City Varieties is always a highlight for me.
And it's in the high street as
It's
well.
right in the city centre.
Leeds is I love Leeds.
It's great.
Isn't it a great place?
It's a great place. And that theatre, it's got such history, from Charlie Chaplin to Harry Houdini, and you're in the same room that they've worked. It's crazy. And isn't it weird that the audience wouldn't know this, but when they're in a space that's been very well designed, be that like the London Palladium, a beautiful Frank Matcham theatre, it's a better experience for the show.
Yeah, well, that's...
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And as someone that, I used to do arenas and did arenas for, years, I did them because I was doing a TV show and I also wanted to tour. And I was fortunate enough that I was able to sell an amount of tickets, but I had a limited amount of time. So it was like, right, if I do a month of arenas,
Yes,
I can do 30 gigs and play to all the people that I'm able to play to. But it is that thing. I remember going to watch somebody at an arena and I was kind of, I had pretty good seats, but they weren't great. And I just remember feeling that guilt of going, I'm not sure you can do this, man. It feels like, if you're charging people 35 quid, 30 quid to be way in the gods.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a different experience.
And it's funny that they are called the gods.
Yeah.
Because if gods made the world, they've got the shittest seats at the O2.
Yeah.
Like, but and you're right. There's kind of, it's better.
It's better.
It's a better experience.
Yeah. I did a gig with John some years ago, and he does these gigs to
John
Richardson.
Oh yeah.
Does these gigs to raise money for
Oh, is that the one in Sheffield?
No, Morecambe Winter
Morecambe
Gardens.
Winter Garden, yeah.
And they took us on a tour of that. And at the time, it was fairly dilapidated, but they took us. I think the gig itself was just in the stalls. I mean, it's a big room, but they took us up to the gods, and it's all dusty, and it's like a little time capsule. It's still all the velvet chairs are still there, and it's just. I don't know, it just sort of takes me back a little bit. I'm quite a nostalgic person. A lot of the kind of performers I like are from older eras, I think.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
So who would be a performer you like?
So, like, comedy-wise, it's like all the people that me and my mum and dad used to watch when I was a kid, like Tommy Cooper, the Two Ronnies, Morecambe and Wise, all that kind of thing. Stuff that's really steeped in variety, which is, I guess, what I am. It's sort of timeless, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Like, I think about someone like Tim Vine in the same way that, Tommy Cooper, I don't know how long he's been dead now. Cooper's probably been dead like 40 years or something like that. But the shows are still on. People still watch them. Whenever those compilation shows of his are on, they always rate really well. Always like trends on Twitter and stuff. And it's just, there's something about that kind of mass appeal that never dies, really.
But I think what it must be, is that someone like that era of comic, it's very much, it's big jokes and lots of them, that it's pure escapism for the audience.
Yes.
So you know what I mean, you're not going to come away with any, you're not going to come away knowing how Tommy Cooper feels.
No,
you're not going to, he's not going to change your mind. You're
Yeah.
going to have your brain taken out of your head for 2 hours and just pinballed around.
Yes.
And it's sort of, there's obviously nothing wrong with sharing your thoughts and opinions and feelings, and that is something else. But there is also, it's just a shame that somehow that type of comedy is often kind of belittled.
Yes.
But that thing of like, I can't remember anything they said, but I feel great and my face hurts.
Yeah.
And there's something really...
Just unapologetically funny.
Yeah, and it's sort of respite, isn't it? And that feeling when you've just been in a room with someone and they've just hurt you with laughter, it's so much fun. Yeah.
Just before we move on from the music halls,
Yep.
obviously a lot of those old music halls burned down.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Bloody hell.
Bring
Here
it
we
down.
are.
Bring it down, Dan.
Yeah,
Bring it down.
exactly.
Timber framed buildings.
Yes.
With a lot of lights and stuff. It's
Yes.
inevitable.
Gas lights, I would imagine.
Yes. Although I am telling you the truth.
Oh, very good.
Lovely
One that
stuff.
survived is 160 years old, is the Panopticon Music Hall in Glasgow.
Okay.
And they credit the fact that it survived
Piss.
due to the wood being so soaked in the piss that's been thrown at the performers
Amazing.
through the many decades of dissent from the people watching.
Furious Scottish piss. Nothing will keep a building alive
Wow.
more than that.
That's
It used to be the
incredible.
thing, isn't it? It's like that. Like when we were kids, it was always like, oh, the Belfast Empire.
Yeah.
that was the thing. But like of the era of like your O'Connors and all those cats. That was apparently like the Scottish people used to destroy Des O'Connor whenever he went
Oh,
up
yeah.
to like the Glasgow. Like they,
Yeah.
for some reason, they hated Des O'Connor.
Yeah.
There's something really funny about that.
Do you know?
But he's obviously beloved everywhere.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
His agent's like, Des, you're into Glasgow. Oh,
You heard the story about Mike and Bernie Winters at the Glasgow Empire. Do you know this?
What's
Do you know who Mike and Bernie Winters were?
that's the dressing up with the birds.
No, that's Bernie Clifton.
So So take me through the
Well,
Cliftons.
Bernie Winters latterly
yes.
he used to advertise. What's that turkey company? He used to do the adverts for Bernard Matthews. He used to have a big dog. You know, one of those dogs. I don't know what you call them, that have the brandy. Keg around
St.
the-
Bernard.
St. Bernard. He used to have a St. Bernard called Schnorbitz. Is this
Right.
ringing any bells?
The name Schnorbitz definitely
Okay,
does.
so Mike and Bernie Winters were a double act brothers.
Yeah.
And playing the Glasgow Empire, and they're sort of funny looking, like Bucktooth or whatever. They look like proper like face pulling comedians, you know.
Yeah.
And then one of them walks on. I don't know whether it's Mike or Bernie. Starts doing some stuff, and then the second one walks on, and some of the others says, "Oh fuck me, there's two of them."
Perfect. What is your next brilliant thing?
Next brilliant thing: shower screen spray.
Right, change your pace.
Yeah. Do you use it?
No.
Oh, mate. Do you like cleaning? No. Well, if you don't like cleaning, this is the product for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you get out of the shower, dripping wet. By the way, you can't use it on shower curtains. It's got to be like a shower screen.
Yep.
No good on shower curtains. And you spray the screen, and that's it. You get dry. Go about your day.
So hang on a minute. So you wash the shower after?
No, you don't wash it.
It's wash you.
You don't wash it. You don't. There's no fucking flies are everywhere in here.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe you haven't been in the shower. maybe this is a fantasy.
I skipped it.
Yeah,
I skipped it. No washing. You get out the shower. You've done your shower. You're soaking wet. You grab the spray. You just spray. You get dry. When you hit that shower the following morning, that screen is gleaming.
Right.
And I live in a hard water area, and the screen used to be manky.
Oh, I see.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I used to keep it clean. This is why it's a revelation, because now I don't have to use all the elbow grease and stuff. Spray. Honestly, it changed your life.
So do you like cleaning?
Hate it.
Okay.
Hate it. This is why this
But
small effort pays dividends.
But you sound like a dream husband at this point.
Right.
That you're washing yourself and then you're just absentmindedly going, oh, just one for the shower. You know.
It's seconds though, Russell. It's like
Yeah, but but if it doesn't come naturally to you, it has to.
something fun about the sprayer as well. It's like a water pistol.
Well, what? So have you seen The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
So you know the bit when DiCaprio's walking along, he's drinking orange juice, and then he just throws it over his back.
Yeah, jumps in the helicopter and goes whatever. Yeah.
So I remember watching that with my wife and her going, "It's you," like that. And I don't travel by helicopter, but that kind of it drives her. Like and John Richardson had a very similar thing when we lived together. He was baffled by the fact that he would just in the morning, you go, right, let's see what he's done when he's come in from his gig, shall we? He's taken his socks off and he's popped them by the TV. That makes sense. Oh, look, there's his underwear. So he's naked from the bottom up. And he's just gone, some cereal. Where's he popped them? On the stairways. And it's it's
very good, that.
But it's that thing where I would just and I've had to train myself to go, oh, this is clearly not going to be pleasant for somebody. So I should pick that up and put it in the dishwasher.
Well, here's what I'd do if I was your wife. I would put. Let's imagine that for a second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Just bond over theatres.
I would put. You just put a sign on the outside of the shower screen, but the writing is on the inside, so you'd be able to read it when you're in the shower. Russell, spray the screen.
Yep.
So you finished, blah, 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 we've got to spray the screen, blah, blah, blah.
That's called priming, isn't it? I read this amazing book. It's really great. It's called Atomic Habits.
Right.
And it's about if you're trying to change things in your life, one of the easiest things, like let's say you're trying to go to the gym more often.
Yeah.
If you get your gym equipment out, your shorts, your t-shirt, your trainers, whatever, and if you're at home, let's say, if you pop them by your desk, your brain sort of sees that and kind of subconsciously goes, you've got to do that at some stage because it's there to be done.
Yeah.
So you're saying exactly the same thing. If it's there, your brain will go, at some stage, I have to do that.
Yeah.
But what I like about you is your balls aren't even dry, and yet.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get a little bit of the spray back on your body. Maybe, and I like to think that there's some sort of cleansing elements that might be happening there. You know.
Yeah. Or you're riddled with carcinogenics. There's two ways of looking at it, but I love it.
Yeah.
Other things you like cleaning? Do you like?
I don't like.
Do you like a Karcher? You ever seen them?
I've got a Karcher.
Where you get the kind of green sort of filth.
I've just upgraded my Karcher.
Have you?
It's I've gone higher pressure.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the bar is. It's bar, isn't it? Pressure. But I've gone from a small one.
It's that noise, isn't it?
They hit me on our road.
Yeah.
Honestly, because it's a full day to do it all. You know.
Yeah.
And the pressure. Oh.
Yeah.
Honestly, whereas before, the nozzle had to be really, really close to the paving stone.
Yeah.
Which consequently meant it took forever because you're basically drawing like a pencil line in the filth.
Yes.
Whereas now with a higher pressure, I can be like inches away, and the fan, it makes short work of the stones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, I do. Yeah,
and honestly, I love that.
I've got a Karcher, never used it. I've watched my father-in-law use it many times,
right?
And he seems to be having a smashing time in my garden.
On the paving stones?
Yeah. No, not on his nutsack.
Not on his shower screen.
You could upgrade your shower screen game.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Do you know about Rain X?
No.
Rain
X.
Does it repel
X.
water?
Yes, for windscreens,
Yeah.
and it is a repellent, so the hard water in your area won't even stick to that screen,
Right.
and you won't even have to.
What is this? Is this a product you apply like a wax, I guess, or something you rub it on? Or? Oh, you spray it on.
Oh, that's interesting. Have you got that?
I've got it on my windscreen and my eyes.
Oh, interesting. Nice.
Can't cry.
She works for I might do that for the windscreen.
Yeah,
on my car.
That's great.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's seconds, but it just pays dividends.
What? Because you just want to be able to look out, or you just hate the little circular dots of.
Yeah, I hate that when it all builds up and that, because I don't mind cleaning, but it was a case of, oh, okay, this needs cleaning. I better clean it now. Gotcha. I wasn't like a regular cleaner.
Yes.
But now I don't even have to worry about that, you know.
The area that Pete lives in has the hardest water in all of Britain.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
It's full of calcium and magnesium. It's very good for you, but it's very bad for your shower screen.
Right. So North London.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
It tastes better, apparently, hard water.
How do you know that?
YouGov.
Did you... But, I mean... You know when people say they do research on the guests, that is next level.
Yeah.
But I guarantee we are the only podcast in the world where our producer knows about the quality, unless we're booking someone from Flint, Michigan, that knows about the quality of their water. That is extraordinary.
Amazing.
Can I just flex?
You're fucking right.
Our guest today urinates twice in the shower.
Oh.
I've done my research.
Yeah.
He's been watching.
Yeah.
Through my very clear screen.
Yeah, of course. Well, I guess that is the problem. If you're up to any shenanigans in there, everyone can see.
I'm not up for any shenanigans.
Okay.
No. I had a run-in with our plumber when we had our...
Sorry.
When we had our bathroom done.
Yeah.
We had it done about 5 years ago. And he said, oh, what do you want to do for the shower? You're going to have the big thing of... I hate the big... You know the big... I don't know what they call it. The big, like, watering can thing.
Waterfall thing.
Yeah, I can't stand that.
Big circular. Although, that being said, in a Malmaison, with that big circular...
Yeah.
Big circular bitch pounding down on you, that is...
But don't you feel... my thing is, you want to be able to get it off the hook.
Oh, sure, you need both.
You need both.
Do you know where you got both? If you're very lucky. And it's very difficult to... What's the name of the GP that we had on the show?
Shipman.
Yeah.
We had Harold Shipman on the show. And...
It's very quiet.
Yeah. So do you know what his favourite thing, number one? His first thing was secrets.
Then Haribo.
And then lime. But he... What was the name of Adam Kay?
Okay.
All right, yeah.
We had Adam Kay on the show, and he described Soho Farmhouse as Butlins for cunts. But The setup they have at the Soho farmhouse is extraordinary because you've got the big circular bad bitch that's pouring all the water down, but then you've also got your handheld.
Well, you need
that can get to all your kind of
nooks and crannies.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was trying to say to the plumber in a diplomatic way.
All right, yeah, exactly.
I was just sort of gesturing at my crotch like this.
I can't stick that on my ass, can I?
It's a very difficult thing. Yeah, there must be. Yeah, am I going to get? Yeah, I can't reach me gooch with that, you mad twat. Because it gets claggy.
Final thing, Conkers.
Oh yeah, very good season apparently.
It's a great season for Conkers.
Yeah. There's an absolute shed load round my way. Loads
and isn't
of...
that a mystery?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, you would never see Conkers on the floor. They would all have been foraged.
Yeah.
We used to go around with, say, shopping bags or whatever, and just get bags and bags of them.
Our dad, when I was a kid, he used to take us to some stately mansion with balaclavas on. And we'd break into it.
Conker poachers.
And it was like, I enjoyed Conkers, but my dad was like, if we're doing it properly. So me and my brother Daniel, we'd like break in like into this weird place and try and find Conkers with like at night with torches looking around. It was so exciting.
Yeah.
Then he'd get us a couple of hookers afterwards. It was pay them in Conkers. No, it was but is it that they're on the ground now because it's gone?
Has it gone?
Well, that's why I'm asking.
I don't know.
Has health and safety?
I googled it and I found like an article from the BBC from I think about 6 or 7 years ago, saying they were talking about banning Conkers as a health and safety thing. I don't know whether it has been banned.
It has not been banned.
Good, great.
Certain schools have banned it at certain times.
Right.
Where it takes off too much and people are getting their knuckles hurt.
Yeah.
But it is not banned.
Is it mostly that thing of like you've got to wear glasses now, so you've got to go in like Edgar Davids?
Yeah. Like gauntlets on.
Yeah. Oh God, I used to love it. It's like, right, we'll go to the stately home, put on your hat, we won't get caught. If we do get caught, here's your cyanide pill. But then you get it and then you cover it in vinegar and then you're meant to put it in the oven and then you drill the hole in, and sometimes you got the drill wrong and you knackered that conker, but you got the rope in it and then you pulled it nice and tight and you were like, right, I think this is good. But it was it's very kind of, can Conkers compete with Roadblocks or Minecraft is kind of what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like, do you know what I mean? But that whole kind of sort of mystery and excitement of getting in the car with your dad and putting boot polish on your face and stealing Conkers so that Monday morning there was a story behind your victory, you know?
And the victories were sweet, man, because you congregate in the,
bang.
And this was, you had the 12er. This is the one that's taken down 12 Conkers.
Yeah.
Is today going to be its day? Is it going to lose? No, bang, crack, it's done another one. You know, it's a 13er.
Yeah.
So on the scoring, if you had a 2er and it beat a 3er, it becomes a 5er.
You accrue. Okay.
Is that right?
This is how Conkers is scored. So you take the number.
That's brilliant.
From the one you beat.
Wowzers, I didn't know that.
I don't think we played it like that.
No, I didn't play like that. I was just very much kind of like, this one's had 6 victories.
Yeah.
So he's a 6er. Yeah, I really enjoy it.
I'm
hopeful that my son will be into it. There's loads round our way.
There's loads. When I walk the dog...
I've got a really good balaclava and I know a place. Not a stately home, but someone's garden.
When you see him when I see a big one that I would have really sort of cherished as a kid, I pick it up and put it in my pocket and keep it. They're beautiful. They're like French polished.
Yes.
They just like look so great. I put the coat on like the following year and find Conkers in my pocket and stuff.
They are pretty as well, aren't they?
They are pretty.
They have a kind of almost like, very few nuts have that kind, almost has like an areola.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That it's kind of, all it's missing is a nipple. And then Conker is the tit of the nut world.
Yes. And
true? False?
The tit of the nut world.
I'm just saying. But a Conker is a nut, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's a nut,
and it's got the kind of areola.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And prior to that, of course, it's got its spiky outer shell.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like a bollock.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It's a bollock and a tit.
A bollock.
It feels like the beginning of a song. It's a bollock and a tit. It's Conkers.
I had the Conker on the bootlace, like with loads of them.
Oh yeah.
So like one down, it's like a semi-automatic Conker lace.
Yeah.
You just get the next one, bang.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I love
And I used to do all the stuff you mentioned about, soaking them in vinegar. I had conkers in like jam jars in vinegar.
Yeah.
And we did in the oven. There was tale of a kid, I can't remember his name, at our school that had somehow opened up the conker and scooped out the conker contents and put cement in it and somehow managed to like seal it back, and it was like an impervious conker.
Yeah,
obviously.
So that happened last year at the World Conker Championships.
Really?
It was in Britain. Steel rather than cement. The winner was accused of having a steel conker. So at this year's World Conker Championships, they've got airport-style security.
Oh, yes.
Checking for steel conkers.
Conker wand.
Yeah.
But presumably but if you hit it, like the outer shell is gonna shatter, and you will see the
It's a
steel.
good point. It might have been painted steel.
Bloody hell!
That conker's round.
Yeah. But
What's good about cement is the
But
cement
he's
sort
just
of-
lifted it like that. Two hands.
Yeah, the boot lip snaps as it.
Weird duplicity behind that though. That to like get steel and how do you do it?
Well, we'll get them on as a guest. And we'll find out.
Proper like
Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit stuff to
Yeah.
slowly make that. Yeah. I really enjoyed that, Pete. It was such a lovely chat.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for coming on the show. When does the tour start?
The tour is underway. Only
Oh.
a couple of dates left, 2025, but the bulk of it's 2026, so plenty of chances to catch it.
Lovely stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, the fantastic Pete Firman.